So I wanted us to have a little discussion about what we just talked about and about money itself before jumping into the material of the course and, getting into the trading, because I find it very interesting and it's very important for us, to think about this higher level concept of money because things might change, right? So we've talked about the fact that money here has to serve several functions, right? And these functions are, one, serve as a medium of exchange, right? Two, be a store of value. And three, be a unit of value. And we said gold was used because, it was scarce and was durable and, I don't know what else, but, it has to be scarce. Now, a problem now that we're having is, yes, money serves this very well. It is a medium of exchange. It stores value. Well, stores value. It's a unit of value. You know that a computer costs this, an iPhone costs 1,000, all of that stuff. Now, the store of value is not great because your money loses value with time. Okay, and that's a bit of a problem. Okay, the government can come tomorrow, and I guess this ties into with this. It's not very scarce because the government can come tomorrow and say, you know what, we're going to print 2 times more money. And then your money has way less buying power because it's worth less because there's way more money, right? And that's a problem because the government can come in, you make $100,000, they tax half of it, and then you're left with 50. And let's say you save it, but then the next year they decide to print way more money, and then your currency isn't worth as much, right? And it's worth nothing, and you have to work more, and then you work more and they tax it again. So then they're forcing you to work again, and the money you've already made isn't worth as much anymore now. And that's not nice. Okay. And this is why we have something that came along like cryptocurrencies, and people really see that, okay, well, this might be, the future of currency, because we've seen that currency changed. It can change several times. There could be something else that comes out. Now, the problem with cryptocurrency is, well, let's talk about the good points. The good points is it is scarce. So you can have something like Bitcoin, which is there's 21 million coins maximum, and there's never going to be more than that. So you know that if you have one of them and we agree that this is the currency that we're going to use, you're not losing value with time. It's actually going to gain value, right? But the problem with cryptos is it's not a unit of value. And if it doesn't fulfill all of these three, it doesn't work. So I cannot come and say an Apple is 0.1 Bitcoin. I can't come and say an iPhone is 0.5 Bitcoins. I can't, because the price of Bitcoin fluctuates so much, right? So this causes a problem, and we can't go to that because of this. But, maybe they're going to fix that in a way, right, in the future. And if it does, then people might not want to hold their currency anymore, their paper fiat currency, and use another currency, a global currency, maybe. So all of this you have to be aware of because, we're living. We're going to experience these things that are going to happen. You always, people, when they look at dollar money, they're like, well, no, it's always been like that. No, it hasn't. It's only been 50 years. 50 years is nothing. So our parents, or if you're over 50 years old, then you've seen currency that was actually gold. It was, you could use an IOU, but it was actual gold. The IOU itself was worthless. So, people who say like, well, it's impossible that change, it's been like that forever. It's not true. It's only been like that for 50 years. So there's a very high probability for it to change. And if it changes, well, you have to be aware of that, because if you're trading in that market, you can make a huge event-based trade that will change your life. So just being aware of these things and thinking about them puts you in a position that when something actually happens, you will have the confidence to put in money and execute a trade that can make an impact for you.